Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode was really interesting with Elisa being a new telepath and how Ivanova and Talia kind of were handling her, but ultimately we gave her options and there were a few, and she decided to go with the Minbari over money or anything like that. So that was interesting, and we found out that she was able to get into Dylan's mind and saw the word chrysalis that Dylan was really trying to keep her from seeing, and what Dylan was up to this episode with wanting to do right by her, I think, friend who was a part of the religious caste but was also a warrior, and she wanted to give him the funeral that he wanted. So I like that with any time we get more into what the conflict is between Earth and the Minbari. I'm always fascinated by that. And I really liked the way the episode resolved. There was a lot of respect shown on both sides with the Minbari and with the commander. And I really like that. And I hope Talia and Ivanova become friends, especially with Ivanova's baggage towards telepaths and the Psi Corps. So I like what happened with them. And I hope we see Elisa again in the future. And as always, I want to know more about what's going on with Dylan and the secrets that she has, specifically with Sinclair. So I'm very excited to get back into it. We're getting into a two-parter here. The episode's called A Voice in the Wilderness, but a two-parter seems like this might be very important in the story so far. And we're getting close to the end of the season, which is wild. So yeah, I'm very excited to get back into it. So let's do it.
It seems like every time I get into the tube, Mr. Garibaldi's there. It's like he knows.
Talia, Mr. Garibaldi is many things, but he's not omniscient.
You sure? Are you stalking her?
I think I'll take the stairs.
Get that! I can't! I have no controls here!
It was the dawn of the third age of mankind.
Can you send someone out here to give us a lift?
Confirmed. We'll send 2 Star Furies ASAP. Stand by. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. As if we could. I thought the planet beneath us was uninhabited.
That's what we thought. None of our prior surveys found any sign of life down there.
Perhaps not now,
They're
but
living in
the
the
past,
core?
someone or something might have lived down there.
If that's true, it would seem you may have awakened something.
Great.
Perhaps.
Scares the hell out of me. But what better way to go out than in the cause of advancing scientific knowledge?
Is this a multiple choice question? I have some ideas.
Yeah.
And we will agree to release our trade routes to Sector 119.
I guess he's the guy you want out there, though.
That area are allowed free use of the local Centauri jump gate.
Done and done.
Nice.
I will have my government issue an agreement by, when, tomorrow this time? What a pleasure it is to deal with someone reasonable. Negotiations are so much more enjoyable.
That was a shot to Jakar.
I'm not here to interfere.
I would suggest that there is a difference between being unreasonable and being angry.
You don't have to respond in kind.
Of course we do. There's
You
a
really
natural
don't.
law. Physics tells us that for every action, there must be an equal and opposite reaction.
That
They
is
hate
it.
us, we hate them, they hate us back.
Emotions aren't bound by your physics.
Have you heard any news today from the Mars colony?
No, why?
But there's always something about it in the daily Earth Force status report.
Probably just a glitch in the system. Good night, Lieutenant Commander.
Good night, Commander.
Doubt it.
It has been too long, Dylan. You have forgotten your training. Soon you will have forgotten all about your old friend, Dral.
Not if I live
Obviously
to be
not.
1001.
Oh.
Senator Paul Quat of the Indonesian Consortium, upon leaving an Earth Dome hearing on new programs, asked why less affluent nations should be asked to pay an equal share of the cost if they do not receive an equal share of the benefits. Elsewhere in the news, we're just getting a late-breaking story. We're now receiving confirmation that an open revolt is in progress against the Earth-appointed provisional government. We're receiving reports of heavy fighting outside the capital city and armed skirmishes within the city itself. Troops have been ordered from bases in Syria, Planum, to reinforce patrols of Solus Planum and outlying regions.
Who?
Last night, just before I went to bed, I saw...
What?
I don't know, maybe I'm just tired. What's the status on Epsilon 3?
No.
The geology team leaves in
That
a
was
few
there.
hours.
Good, keep me informed.
An anger just beneath the surface, a growing dissatisfaction, a self-involvement above the needs of others. It is not the same world in which I was born, Delenn. Not the same world at all.
Unfortunately, it's the world we live in.
There is nothing we can do until the government decides to lift the communications blackout. I'll file your request, and if things change, I'll notify you at once.
You have people on Mars?
Commander, what will you do if you find anything of value down there?
The odds of that are pretty small. It's probably just an automated homing beacon left over from hundreds of years ago.
Yes, but if it isn't, will you tell me?
No.
Just making sure we know where we stand.
It's good to know.
Her name's Lise Hampton. We met a few days after I got there, and we got involved.
Sounds serious.
It was. We even talked about marriage a few times.
Oh, wow. Very serious.
But I was messed up.
How did you know about the center? That's supposed to be classified.
It is, but it's never stopped me before. The point is, they've got the equipment to put together a relay to get me into the local commnet. I could take it from there.
You're asking a lot.
I know.
What's going on with Mars? Has
Initiating
nothing to do with
atmosphere
this?
drop to
This is
5
just a
kilometers
coincidence?
inside the atmosphere curtain.
Negative, Survey 1. Do not enter atmosphere.
There's something down there, coming our way fast.
Missiles?
Take evasive action. Get us out of here.
Ooh, ooh. That was close. Oh, that was a hit.
Maximum burn. With any luck, they can't follow you outside the atmosphere.
We won't have enough fuel to get back.
The fighters will tow you back in. Now do it before the missiles lock on again.
Survey 1 to Babylon Control. We're clear. Returning to base.
Confirm, Survey 1.
go,
Upon
Ivanova.
arrival, you will report for debriefing. Ivanova is always right. I will listen to Ivanova. Ivanova is God. And if this ever happens again, Ivanova will personally rip your lungs out. Just kidding about that God part. No offense.
She was feeling herself.
All our previous scans failed to show any life forms or any automatic systems on the surface of the planet or for a depth of 2 miles inside Epsilon 3.
So it's possible this is an old automatic defense system that there's no one actually down there anymore.
That's my theory, yes.
How deep is that fissure?
That's the interesting thing.
That's a theory,
Our
but
analysis
what
of
if
the
it's
data
not?
suggests the missile was fired 5 miles within the planet's surface. There's something down there.
I'd say we pretty much have to go down there and check it out. Wouldn't you agree, Lieutenant Commander?
You are gonna go?
Absolutely.
And he says goulash.
Careful.
You get it?
Whatever it is, it can't be that bad.
He's trying to help.
You try and kiss me and I'll break your arm.
We're not that close, Mr. Garibaldi. Now, I go to spread happiness to the rest of the station. It's a terrible responsibility, but I have learned to live with it.
Oh my god. Go visit your car.
Somebody better pay for that drink.
Happiness costs. Some credits. You too?
Life signs?
None. So far, it looks like we're the only living things in or on this planet.
All right.
I'm not so
Let's
sure.
check it out.
For all we know, this request on his part is only a cover so that he can confirm our location and pass that
It is
information
not.
along to others.
That's completely paranoid.
So it's a free Mars movement, eh? Oh my.
Well, that'll cut down on tourism. 3-second recharge before firing.
Okay.
Looks like it.
Smart.
Can you cover that in 3 seconds?
Not a problem.
Okay, stand by.
Run. Go. Oh my god, that was way too close.
Holy.
Whoa. Very sophisticated.
I was taking my friend on a tour of the station and thought I would introduce you. Drow, this is Ambassador Londo of the Centauri Republic.
Astonishing symphonies. But what is the one song that half of them sing to their children generation after generation?
Happy birthday?
You put your right hand
Oh.
in, you put your right
Hokey
hand out,
pokey.
you put your whole self in, and you turn yourself about. I had the computer analyze.
It's just a
I
dance.
swear to you, it does not mean a thing.
We've come at a bad time, haven't we?
I rather enjoyed the song.
Don't tell.
You're
Sketchy.
sure?
Trust me.
They couldn't get into the logs for the dead or wounded, but they were able to access the list of survivors.
And?
Her name isn't on it. They can't find her name anywhere.
She's all right. She has to be. That's all there is to it.
Must be
You
10.
hope.
What's happening?
Picking up seismic activity. It's a big one.
Commander, get the hell out of there, you hear me?
What's causing this? It can't be that common
Ivanova!
to have been able to build all that.
Commander, you alright?
Y'all trapped.
I think so.
Why would you? What?
Me. All your people. All your people will die.
All right, can you give us some more information, man?
Shuttle 1 to Babylon Control. Do you read?
Jeff, yeah, we're getting you. What's your situation?
We're coming out.
What is this?
hell?
Oh God, not now. Okay, so we have a lot going on here. I really want to see the second part because what in the world? So that planet that's near where they're at had that seismic activity, which caused them to go look. And there's just like this whole really advanced technological system going on down there. But who is running it or who established it? Thankfully, they were able to get away. I thought they were trapped, but they saved the guy, which is odd because I thought, okay, well, he was seen by Sinclair and Londo. You would think that's just, maybe a projection on the ship. But then to also be seen by him, maybe because they were so close to where he was. But however he was able to do it, they found him. So they're saving him, which I hope is a good thing because he said that it's very important for everyone that he be saved. So hopefully that doesn't backfire. But the Mars situation is really interesting too. I guess they're just like, fuck the Earth government, get out of Mars, which is reasonable probably. There's a lot of overreach going on there. But it seems very chaotic and maybe a lot of people are getting killed, so much so that Garibaldi's worried about a past love of his. I like that he went to Talia for help, and she really did try to help, and she got some information for him, but they really didn't like that he knew about their location or that they existed there, so he didn't get much. But the Delenn stuff with her friend Droll, we got a little bit information about what's happening on their home world. Seems like things are it seems like a lot of places there's a lot of change happening, and he felt like he didn't belong anymore, so he's kind of like doing his last little goodbyes. But Delenn respected that and was showing him around. the scene with Londo was so funny. He was obsessed with the Hokey Pokey. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why it's still a thing, but I don't know anyone who doesn't know that song. It's very ubiquitous. I also really liked Londo's scene with Garibaldi, them being friends. I really loved. And just trying to cheer him up was so nice. Londo is such a, in some ways, a really happy-go-lucky guy, and he brings a lot of cheer. But you see also his feelings towards Jakar and the Narn when they were having that trade meeting. So he still has that part of himself that won't let go of this thing between the Centauri and the Narn. And it's a shame because I really like Jakar and Londo separately, and I really like them together, and I don't want that, you know, vision of their future and the death and all that to come to pass. So I hope we get to a point where he doesn't feel this way toward them and Jakar in particular. But I'm certainly intrigued about what is happening here. So much is going on. I wonder if there's any connection to the seismic activity and then the disruptions going on Mars. I don't know. I hope we learn more about what the Mars people are fighting for, what the Earth's government is doing. But I imagine it's not good, so I get it. And I hope Garibaldi's lady friend is okay. He seems very concerned. And I hope Ivanova and the commander are making the right decision bringing this guy back, but I don't know if they have any other choice. You have to help him. It was really interesting his how they found him. He was kind of like in a Jesus pose, or like Da Vinci's Man. Like, that was just like a whole setup. It was like, I don't know if he was like imprisoned there, or were they like siphoning from him, or it was just such a huge little getup there. I don't know. But yeah, very, very open-ended, obviously, with a two-parter, but I want to know what all this means. And yeah, this is a really good episode. I like what it set up here, and I very much want to see the second part. So that is an indicator of a really good setup. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back soon.